Hey traders, Akil Stokes here. Welcome back to another episode of the Trading Coach Podcast. Thank you guys for joining me as always. I appreciate the love. We've been doing a great job of supporting the show, and we are forever in the top rankings of Forex and trading podcast. And we're going on 2 years. We're going on 220 episodes. So that's pretty cool to remain up there. And that's all because of you guys. If you guys are brand new, I am a former struggling trader turned consistently profitable trader. I am also a Forex trading coach and one of the co-founders of Tier1Trading.com, which is a trading education company, one of the best trading education companies. And I can confidently say that because we were recognized in Forbes magazine, and Forbes only recognizes the best. By the way, if you're interested in some free training, make sure you head over to our website, www.tier1trading.com. I recommend 2 workshops and webinars you should check out. One is going to be the Ascension Workshop. I recommend checking that out first. It really lays out what is needed to become a consistently profitable trader. And we're not talking about the specifics of a strategy. We're talking about everything else. We're talking about starting with mindset and what's needed to really climb that mountain of success. That is big for anyone that's new or for anyone that has the wrong idea about what trading really is. And I recommend checking out the Trade to Measure workshop. This was a 4-day workshop that we put in that was made and created by you guys. So what we did was we pulled the internet and we came up with all of the common questions that you guys were asking. I'm talking thousands and thousands of traders chimed in, and we put together a workshop with the goal to answer all of those questions. So it was made by you, made for you, and a pretty good 4-day workshop. That's completely free. Just head over to www.tier1trading.com and check it out. Now, today I want to read to you a pretty delightful email that I just got. And I don't want to read it to you just because it's delightful and it says good things about me. But it also poses a question that I think is very common to many of you traders. So, Trader says, hey, Akil, firstly, thank you for providing such great free content. I've been listening to the Trading Coach podcast for over the last couple of months, and I love the topics that you cover. It really helps with keeping myself motivated, so keep it up. I have been following yourself and Jason Greystone for a while now, and I appreciate how transparent you both are. As I'm sure you are aware, transparency is hard to come by these days, especially in trading. I'm currently with another trading education company. This company is one of the best rated on Forex Peace Army and isn't the get-rich-quick type. They promote proper risk management and realistic expectations, etc., etc. I like and I trust the company. The issue for me is they teach how to trade a system/strategy, not necessarily the skill of trading. They are very helpful with answering my questions. The strategy appears to work for others. I can't verify this as I haven't started trading it yet, but it's not what I would say is the full package. In the future, I would like to be able to develop my own strategies. For this reason, I have the intention of joining Tier 1 Trading in 2020. Now, before we get to the rest of the email, which talks a little bit about back testing and kind of what route the trader should take, I want to comment on something he said about the full package. And by no means am I bashing this company. It sounds like a great company. They're rated highly on Forex Peace Army. The guy said that they give a lot of support, which is massive. There are a lot of educators out there that just give you a book or give you a system or some videos and you never hear from them. They don't support you at all. I think support is massive. The mentorship, the coaching, that is more important than the actual content. So everything sounds awesome about this company. However, the one problem that the trader has is that they don't teach how to trade, they teach what to trade. And depending on what type of trader you are, this may be a problem or it may not be. And that's all going to come up to your discipline, right? When I first started trading, my mentor was very similar to this mindset where it's like, find something that works and just effing do it, right? Doesn't matter if you like it, doesn't matter if you agree with it, doesn't matter if it fits your schedule or not. Here's the thing, it works, it makes money, use it to make your money. It's a business, treat it like that. Emotions should be 100% out of it. And if you are very disciplined, that will work. The problem is, most traders, most people in general, aren't that disciplined, right? A lot of us will allow cracks to enter the armor. Those cracks allow doubts to enter. Followed by those doubts are fear, and after those fears come mistakes. So as I've evolved as a trader, just knowing myself, understanding myself, and really as I've evolved as a coach, just having the experience of working with many different traders from many different countries that have many different personalities and are just different individuals, I've come to the understanding that teaching how to trade is much more important than teaching what to trade. And what I mean by that is that a good trader needs to find or develop a system that they can consistently execute, right? There's two, the formula to success is simple, right? Find something that has an edge, right? So find a system or a strategy that has a positive expectancy, meaning well, that's number one. The second one is having the ability to consistently execute that strategy in the live markets, right? So find something that works and don't mess it up. Find something that works, follow the rules, and don't mess it up. That is the formula to success. However, as I mentioned before, easier said than done, and many traders mess it up because of those doubts, because of those fears, which eventually lead to mistakes. And here's why. Trading is all about belief, right? There's a little cycle we like to say called belief, actions, results, right? Where once you believe in something, you start to take the right actions. Once you start to take the right actions, lo and behold, you start to see the right results. Once you see the right results, your belief starts to get bigger and bigger, and then you take more of the right actions, you take more of the right actions, you start to see more of the right results, and you have more belief. And that cycle continues to get stronger and stronger and stronger until you're 100% confident in what you're doing. We like to call that the unconscious competence stage. What that means is that you are kind of working like a robot. You're no longer thinking about this, thinking about that. You're just doing. You're on autopilot. You have 100% confidence in yourself. Imagine Kobe Bryant at the end of the game, right? Do you think Kobe Bryant at the end of the game ever questioned himself about, man, should I take this game-winning shot? Right? For many of you guys are soccer fans, right? When there's a free kick and the game's on the line, do you think Cristiano Ronaldo ever contemplated whether he should take it? No, he's pushing people out the way saying, come on, me, right? They own that moment. And you get to that point in your trading, it's the same way, where it's like you no longer fear a trade setup. I know it sounds weird, but many of us fear executing a trade. So as the setup happens, we start to get nervous and sweaty and the hand starts twitching and we're like, right? When you get to that unconscious competence stage, you want the trade. You can't wait till it happens because you know that although this given trade may not work, in the long run, you're going to be consistently profitable. But belief is something that has to be earned. Right? You just don't believe something. Right? Think about anything in life. Aside from like your parents lying to you when you were little, your strongest beliefs, things that you will dig your heels into the sand about, they have to be earned, and they are earned by experience. And experience doesn't come necessarily by someone just giving you a strategy. And it may not fit your personality. It may not fit your philosophy in the markets. And that's why many traders like to develop something of their own. They like to really understand, what is my personality? Am I aggressive? Am I conservative? What is my philosophy on the market? Do I believe in trends? Do I believe in breakouts? Do I believe in counter trend? And they like to take all of that and create a trading strategy that fits them. Because when you have something that fits them, you feel a lot more comfortable. When you're a lot more comfortable, it's easy for you to have that bigger belief. And when you have that bigger belief, those doubts and those fears don't creep in as much. So my philosophy has always been to teach how to trade. I believe that if you have a firm understanding of technical analysis and reading a price chart, you can do whatever you want. I also have a massive fear, and maybe not a fear, this has become a reality, but I understand that nothing works forever, and nothing works the same forever. And this may not go for your classical setups in the market, your structure trades, your head and shoulders, your stuff like that. But as far as like a momentum-based system or a volatility-based system, nothing lasts forever. I mean, this is a perfect example, right? 2019 and 2014 are almost mirror images of each other, right? They have been years where the volatility has been sucked out of the market. If you're trading a very trendy strategy, you're probably getting beat up this year. Maybe aside from trading the pound yen or the pound dollar, right, where the Brexit has been destroying the pound. Aside from that, you've been getting beat up. Whereas, 2018, 2017, 2009, 2010 would be the complete opposite. And the fear is that if you only know one strategy, but you don't know how to trade, you can't make the proper adjustments. You're stuck, right? You don't really know how to go out and hunt. You've just been given the fish your entire life. So when it comes time to go out and hunt, what do you do? Or when all the fish run out, how do you handle yourself? That's always a big fear for me. And again, I'm not saying it has to be like that. That's just my personal opinion on trading. So when you have the skill of technical analysis and just the overall skill of how to trade, not only can you create a system of your own that meets your personality and your philosophy, but it also allows you to make the proper adjustments as market conditions change. And I've certainly done a lot of that over my career. Now, this is also going to follow through to the trader's next point. He says, the company that I currently with, it posts, I will skip this part. It talks about what type of trading strategy they do. But he says, my question is, would you recommend me using this company's data or my own data for backtesting? Now, before I answer, what do you guys think? Should you use someone else's data or should you use your own data for backtesting? He said the pros are this. The pros were the data should be accurate and in line with the strategy's rules. In line with the strategy's rules. It will take me less time to record the data as I'm not having to physically find the trades myself. I can look at each individual trade after recording the data and train my eye to see what an ideal setup looks like. The person who owns the company trades these on a live account, so he must have confidence in them. I can take this data and filter it, for example, reduce the amount of pairs, find better entries, stops, etc. And these are the cons. I wouldn't be finding the setups by myself. I'll be jumping between pairs and I'll be recording the data by date. So here's my opinion. I believe in 100% manual on your own backtesting. And I think that the misconception is this. I think many people think the point of backtesting is to see if something works. You do need to crunch the data. At the end of the day, you want to trade something that works. You want to avoid something that doesn't work. But that's not the real benefit of testing. The real benefit of testing is gaining that experience we just talked about, right? When you gain experience, you gain belief. When you gain belief, you take right actions. When you take right actions, you get right results. And it starts that cycle of success. And to go through some of the trader's thoughts as he was weighing the back and forth of it, right? He says, it will take me less time to record the data as I'm not having to find the trades myself. And yeah, time is an issue, especially if you're working a full-time job like this trader. But you want to find the trades by yourself. Why? Well, because this is your training, right? A sneaky part of backtesting is the fact that this is your training. This is you going into the gym and lifting weights. This is your repetition. This is you being a young Akil Stokes and not being able to dribble with your left hand. So you go outside every night for a half an hour and practice dribbling with your left hand, and then wow, magically you get better. This is what trains your recognition skills. This is your time in the market, which allows you to become a better technical analyst. Going through candlesticks, going through historical data. Yes, you're looking for your system, you're looking for your setups, but you're going to be amazed at how much else you see in the market. And we always talk about when you do backtesting, you find out a lot about yourself and your system where hey, maybe I want to do this. Maybe I want to do that. Hey, what is that? What is this? Hey, when the market does this usually happens. There's so much more information that you get. You don't even plan on getting it that occurs when you're backtesting, right? Let me ask you guys this. How many of you guys are familiar with the cipher pattern? Right? So if you are, right, you should know that one of our other co-founders of Tier 1 Trading, Darren Oglesby, is the one who discovered this magical beast. Now, many of you know that story as well, but here's something you may not know. Did you know he did it by accident? Darren didn't go off on this journey to say, I'm going to discover this pattern. It's going to be one of the best patterns in history, one of the best advanced patterns in history, and I'm going to go on to use it and make a lot of money for myself. No. You know what he was doing? He was doing back testing on the Gartley pattern. He was back testing the Gartley pattern. He was trying to look for a different way to trade it. And he came across this by mistake, right? He was back testing Gartley's. He was taking notes, and he would notice something. He'd say, okay, whatever, okay. Let me do some more back testing. That same setup will occur again, and be like, man, that looks familiar. Probably nothing. Just whatever. And then he would keep doing that. Over the hundreds and hundreds of trades that we back test, and before you know it, right, what was just kind of a random thing that he thought he saw and maybe didn't saw, he started seeing a pattern. He said, wait a minute, I've seen this before. If the market does that, then it does that. Boom, boom, boom. And then you know what he did? He ditched his Gartley trading and started looking for this. I wonder if am I actually seeing this? Is this really occurring, or am I making it up? And he started finding it. He started developing rules for it, and he started testing rules for it. And before you know it, long story short, he developed a pattern. But the point was, if he wasn't doing his back testing for the Gartley, never would have found it. And you can use this for any example. Right? A lot of the adjustments I've made in my trading have come because of back testing. Stuff that I never intended on using, but I just happened to see, and they started to stand out to me. And I said, I wonder if I can implement that somehow. So the benefit of learning to be a better technical analysis, learning the language of the market, just putting in the hours and the time of in the charts is massively beneficial versus just kind of scrolling to when the signal is and seeing if it works. So I'm a big believer in that. Next, he said, the person who owns the company trades these on a live account, so he must have confidence in them. And yeah, I would agree. If someone is trading this on a live account, they must have confidence in it. But guess who doesn't have confidence in it? You, the trader. They have confidence in it, but do you have confidence in them? That's the thing. And we all say yes. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I have confidence in them. They're this reputable trader. They're this great trading coach. They have the number one Forex, number one best rated Forex company, education company on Peace Army. They're probably really, really, really good. But remember, having a system is half the battle. The other half is consistently executing it. And guess what? I was talking to some traders about this the other day. All systems, all traders go through what at some point? What do you guys think? Apologize if you hear my screaming kid in the background. Ew, angry. All traders, all systems go through a drawdown. A drawdown is a period where you can't get right. A drawdown is a period where your system just loses, right? And there are two types of drawdowns. There are natural drawdowns and self-inflicted drawdowns. Self-inflicted drawdowns are ones that you bring on your own, right? When you're doing dumb stuff, you're taking stops too early, you're taking targets too early, you're sabotaging your system essentially. But there's also natural drawdowns where you can be doing everything right, and guess what? It just doesn't work out. That happens, right? If you're trading a trending system, guess what? You're gonna face a drawdown during periods of consolidation. Right? If you're trading a counter trend system, right, there's a good chance if we have a high trending market, guess what? You're going to face a lot of losses. That's normal. However, although they are normal, they are very tough to deal with. And they're easier to deal with when you have belief because you've been through it. They're harder to deal with when you don't really believe in it so much, right? Going back to the example about taking the winning penalty kick or taking the game-winning shot, right? Imagine you are that Kobe Bryant. You always take the game-winning shot. You want it. You believe in yourself. Make or miss, you're going for it. What happens if you start passing to a teammate, right? And all of a sudden, this teammate starts missing, right? He missed one game-winning shot. Okay, no biggie. He misses another game-winning shot. No biggie, right? We went to a free kick example, right? He misses another free kick, right? He bombs another free kick, right? How long are you going to trust this other person? Would you trust them as long as you would trust yourself? Or would you trust them less? Probably less. So the chances are where this trader who trades it on their live account can withstand the drawdown because it's their system. They've been through it. They've done the testing. They have a 100% belief in what they're doing. There is that chance that during that drawdown, you're kind of blind, right? You have no idea how long it should last. You don't really know if you're doing anything wrong or if you're doing everything right? You don't really have the numbers I guess you have the numbers, but you haven't really been through it to kind of feel it in the back testing phase. There's a good chance that you can make a mistake. And what I mean by been through it and feel it is this, right? When you're going through 10 years of data, right? That's what this trader has, 10 years of data. Not only do you get to train your eyes on the market, you get to kind of feel out what the ups and downs look like. Now, it's not the same as trading live money. There is nothing that compares to trading live money. Don't get me wrong, because money is an emotional trigger. When we are attached to that, it just elevates everything. But when you've back tested, you kind of feel it a little bit, right? Because you go through periods where your system is hot and you're like, oh man, you're thinking about the future. I'm going to make so much money trading this. This is awesome. I found it. It works. Cool, right? And then you go through periods where your system can't get right and it's losing. You're like, oh, why am I wasting my time? Am I back in a negative? Oh, this is bad, right? So you get to experience that. And then, of course, if you have a system with a positive expectancy, you go through that drawdown of doubting it and like, oh, my system sucks. I was wrong. You go through that period. And then before you know it, you're back in the profit. You're like, oh, my gosh, I can't believe it made up for that. Oh, we hit a big win streak, right? So you kind of get to experience that roller coaster ride of ups and downs that come with any equity curve, ups and downs that come with any trading system. And that leads to your belief. And I'll tell you what, as a newer trader starting off, before you have the chance to really earn that belief from experience in the market yourself, that's all you can fall back on. All you can fall back on is, okay, I've been through this before. Trust it. Come on. And it takes a lot of willpower to do so. And that's a massive benefit to manual back testing, right? And another thing the trader says is I can take the data that the trader has and I can reduce the amount of pairs. I can I can filter it out, right? Maximum favorable excursion, maximum adverse excursion, better entries, perfect portfolio. You can do all of that with your own backtesting data. Obviously, that comes after taking the time to test it. So if you can't tell, and if I didn't actually make it clear, my answer is manual backtesting. I think it is the best. And I know there's been a few traders out there, a few podcasters out there that have beat up backtesting a little bit. But I think, I haven't heard those podcasts, but I would guess that, it depends on how you're backtesting. If you're manual backtesting, you're earning so much more than just a P&L result, right? You're earning experience. And again, if you want to be successful in trading, you need to believe in what you're doing. And the more experience you get, the stronger your belief becomes. The stronger your belief becomes, the more of the right actions you take, the less of the wrong actions you take. And when you start doing that, it's amazing, but the results start to improve. And as you see the results improving, as a result from you doing the right thing, you start to believe in yourself even more, and the cycle gets stronger and stronger. But it always starts with belief. No matter what you're doing, whether we're testing, whether you're going for a job interview, belief. It starts with belief. And in this case, when it comes to trading, experience is what's going to get you off to the right track in earning that belief.